Good morning, Richard Eckley here. Happy Monday morning to you. We are on a Monday, so we're on a Health Monday on your 4 keys to a healthier, happier you. And today's a special day for me. It's my mum's birthday, my mum's 82nd birthday today. So happy birthday, mum. What is unfortunately, mum's got Alzheimer's, and she's been suffering Alzheimer's for quite a few years now. And unfortunately, she's been in lockdown for the last 3 birthdays, so haven't actually been able to celebrate her birthday with her. Her 80th birthday was the first lockdown, 81st, the second lockdown. Today she's 82, and unfortunately she tested positive to COVID on Wednesday, so we couldn't do the celebration we planned for this weekend for her birthday. So never mind, that's just the way things happen sometimes. But also, so I'm doing a special on Alzheimer's today, just to say about how Alzheimer's affects so many people. It's actually the leading cause of death in the UK at the moment. It's above heart disease and above cancer. Alzheimer's is a massive, massive thing going on. And they say it's been slowly getting worse and worse. And they say the main cause of actual Alzheimer's is our lifestyle choices. We don't realise that 90% is down to our lifestyle choices, while only 10% is down to our genetics, which means you inherited certain triggers, which is causing Alzheimer's. Unfortunately, my mum watched her mum go through Alzheimer's and die from it many years ago, back in I think it was the mid-80s that my nan died from it. And mum saw how it affected her and how she slowly just wasted away and just lost all her abilities. And unfortunately, mum's gone the same way. It's a horrible debilitating disease. I mean, mum is so active, always busy, doing everything all the time. And then slowly over more and more years, slowly she could do less and less. And unfortunately today, she's literally sat in a wheelchair. She can't feed herself. She can't really talk very well. She can't walk. And we're sort of like keeping her, and we sort of go and see her all the time, trying to just talk to her and let her know what's going on in the world. But it's so tough when you see someone you know and love just slowly wither away until they don't even know who you are. I mean, one time I took her out for a drive in the car when she could come out in the car. And I'd been driving her for about an hour, driving around just in Ross and Wine, the local area where she grew up, just to show it all. And a couple of times she said, oh, thank you. She said, how are your parents? And I said, oh, that's fine. I thought, she just a little bit of dementia, a little confused like. And we carried on driving. And then she's asked me again, so how are your parents? I said, well, mum, you're my parents. You're my mum. Don't you know who I am? And she said, well, no, I thought you were a very nice man driving me around the country, but I don't know who you are. It shows how she was just the fact I've been driven around, and as far as she was concerned, I'm this strange man driving around for an hour, giving her a tour. Yeah, it was my mum, but she couldn't place me at all. She didn't know that at all. And I sort of drove her back to the nursing home. And she didn't actually want to go back to the nursing home because she didn't like being in the nursing home. She wanted to be out. But then she didn't quite know where she was or who she was. And it's such a hard disease when the mind is going that way. And so the best thing to help sort of prevent Alzheimer's there is prevention to it, is our lifestyle choices, is deciding right. First of all, you need to get some 8 hours sleep every night. Because what happens is amyloid plaque builds up on our brain cells throughout the day. Over years, over 20, 30 years, it builds up. And unless we get these 8 hours sleep, at 8 hours, our night goes to work cleaning this plaque away, which means our cells, our connections are connected more clearer. If the amyloid plaque builds up on the cells, we losing the connections, which means we lose the memories. That's what happens over night time. So you need 8 hours sleep every night to actually help our brain to clear this amyloid plaque away. We need to keep physically active as well. So when our heart's pumping, it means our blood's pumping throughout our brain, throughout our whole body, which means we've got good circulation going on, which means we're more healthy, which means our body and our brain can work better. And we also need to get mental exercise as well, to actually use our brains to think of things, to actually perhaps start a new hobby, perhaps even playing cards, getting a social, so going out having coffee with friends, perhaps playing cards with them or doing things you enjoy doing, but giving our brains something to work on as well, mental exercise. Something called neurogenesis happens, which means we can continually generate new brain cells throughout our life. They used to say years ago, when you got to 18, you developed all the brain cells and they slowly died over the years. But that's not what they found nowadays. Neurogenesis continues throughout our life cycle. So as long as we're developing our brains, giving ourselves new things to think about, new challenges, neurogenesis means we are making new brain cells, new connections in our brain, which keeps us lively, more active for longer. Which means we can delay the effects of Alzheimer's for years. So it's just thinking, okay, then what can I do? If you know someone who's got Alzheimer's, I said a couple of great books is Alzheimer's, the Solution, Alzheimer's the Solution, which is a great one, and The End to Alzheimer's. They're 2 great books on Alzheimer's and how our activities, the things we do, can actually help prevent it and even turn it around. So you actually, although you're heading into Alzheimer's, you start to up certain things, eat certain foods, do activities, get your brain going well. You can actually reduce the effect and get your mind working well again. So it's just a thing on Alzheimer's Day. So it's a happy birthday to my mum, and on your health, if you know someone with Alzheimer's, as I said, those books are worth doing it, and just realizing that, there are things we can do. before they used to say, well, it's just Alzheimer's, just you're stuck with it, just learn to cope. But there are things we can do, activities we can do to actually help reduce it and turn it around so we can actually look after our health and have a better, longer, healthier, happier life. There we are. Have yourself a good one. All the best for now.